Fresh. Cricut just launched the new Maker 4, and I have to be honest, I'm super disappointed. I feel like I just wasted $400 with a machine that's basically a Cricut Maker 3 with a little lipstick. Yes, I purchased this on my own, and this video is not sponsored by Cricut.
Cricut's Maker 3 was released back in June of 2021. That's nearly 4 years ago. Since then, there have been huge improvements in crafting machines and software, as you've seen on this channel with vinyl and cardstock cutting, and even printing with the X-Tool Flux we create an eon.
That's right. Sure, you can cut, score, and maybe deboss with the Cricut, but it's significantly slower than a laser, and you're still limited to thin materials at about 3 millimeters thick. I was hoping Cricut might increase the power or include a laser in the Maker 4, but they didn't.
Some laser cutters like X-Tool and others have even added printing to their machines. We even asked Cricut if they would consider adding a print function for a real print and cut, but still no response. Has Cricut run out of new ideas?
This is the Maker 4, released on February 28th of 2025 on Cricut.com and at Michaels. It allegedly offers twice the cutting speed of the Maker 3, improved matless cutting with smart materials, and includes more starter materials than previous versions. It remains compatible with all Maker tools, meaning it can cut over 300 materials, including fabric, leather, wood, and works with advanced tools like the knife blade, rotary blade, and engraving tip.
So if you already have a Maker 3, the biggest upgrade apparently is speed. The Maker 4 allegedly can cut twice as fast as the Maker 3, making it ideal for high volume projects. Now, although it's supposedly faster, it actually has less power. The Maker 4 power supply is 36 watts compared to the Maker 3, which is 66 watts. Interesting.
Right? Both models support smart materials, allowing you to cut longer designs without a mat up to 12 feet long.
Both models work with 13 plus tools, including the knife blade, rotary blade, engraving tip, and more. But there's no difference in material compatibility since they both cut 300 materials, including vinyl, fabric, leather, wood, and mat board.
The Maker 4 includes more materials in the box, including smart vinyl, smart iron-on, transfer tape, cardstock, and a light grip mat for you to try out the functionality. Now, the box says it includes a mini weeding tool, but I tore my box apart and I didn't find one.
So he was not happy. So basically, the only improvement in the Maker 4 that I can see is faster cutting speed. Now, if you own a Maker 3 and don't need to cut faster, upgrading isn't necessary.
Right, and if you own an older model like the original Maker or even the Explorer Air 2, the Maker will probably be more noticeably improved, particularly with speed, smart material support, and longer matless cuts in some situations.
Cricut Maker 4 costs $399, which is a little lower than Maker 3 at launch. Now, it might be worth upgrading if speed and smart materials are important to you, but if your current machine is working well and speed isn't a big concern, don't rush out and buy it.
So yeah, I'm upset. So upset that I'm considering giving the Maker 4 away to one of our viewers.
What?
Subscribe so you'll be notified when we tell you all about this plan. Fresh is working on something clever and I promise it will be fun. In the meantime, here's my review. The Maker 4 looks exactly like the Maker 3 and comes in a seashell color. If you purchase it at Michaels, you can get it in a sage color. There's storage on top for pens and tools. The power and USB connector is on the back, and there's a USB port on the side if you wanted to maybe charge your phone or maybe your iPad. And when you open the machine up, there's storage in the front. It comes with a fine point blade in clamp B, and this is the clamp you'd use for other blades and tools. And clamp A is for pens and markers, maybe a scoring stylus. On the top there are buttons to power the machine on, feed the mat in or out, start the cutting or drawing process, and a pause button. Here is the Maker 4 next to the Maker 3, and like I said, they do look identical, but the Maker 4 is actually a little larger than the Maker 3. In my Maker 3, when I open it up and look in the storage section, I have this nice organizational tray here. Let's see if it fits in the Maker 4. All of the tools I'm putting in the storage compartment work with the Maker 4. These include the deep point blade, engraving tip, the debossing, perforation, and wavy tools, the deep knife blade, the rotary tool, fabric blade, scoring wheels, and scoring stylus, as well as the foil transfer kit. So it looks like the storage compartment in both the Maker 3 and the Maker 4 are the same, which is good news. No need to make a purchase for a new storage organizer. The Maker 4 and Maker 3 use the same mats. The green standard grip mat is for vinyl, HDV, or cardstock. The blue light grip mat is for paper, construction paper, or vellum. The pink fabric mat is for cutting fabric. The purple strong grip mat is for leather, chipboard, and glitter cardstock. And the card mat is used for making up to 4 cards at one time. To set up the Maker 4 in Cricut Design Space, click the drop-down arrow by your name in the upper right corner. Then click Settings, then Machines, and then click Start by New Product Setup. Click Set up a new cutting machine, then click on Continue. Then click Cricut Maker 4 and Continue. It shows you how much space is needed behind the machine, and when you click the right arrow, it shows you where to plug in the power. Click Continue, and I'm going to connect my machine via Bluetooth. So I click on Bluetooth and then Continue, and it does a search, but it doesn't find it. So it gives me instructions on my Mac on how to do a Bluetooth connection. So I'm going to go to Machine Setup, and I'm going to search for Bluetooth, and from there it's going to search and see if it can find a new device. For me, it didn't find my Maker 4 because I had the power turned on already. So I turned it off, turned it back on, it found a Bluetooth device, I click Connect, and now you can see I have Maker 4 in my list. From there, I go back to Design Space and click Continue. It does another search for the Maker 4 and says, yes, you've got it. Then I'm going to head click Continue. And here you need to activate it, and you must agree to their terms before you click Activate. And the setup is done. You're ready to start designing in Cricut Design Space with your Cricut Maker 4. Let's do a few speed tests. My first test is using the smart vinyl provided with the machine. I am Bluetooth to both machines, and as you watch, you can see that the Maker 3 is actually performing slightly faster than the Maker 4 with both loading the material as well as cutting it. Check it out. I decided to give it the benefit of the doubt and try this again. I don't know if it was the Bluetooth connection, but this time the Maker 4 was a little faster than the Maker 3. Cricut says that the Maker 4 is faster with both smart material and materials placed on a mat. So I did a test with that as well. And as you watch, you can see that the Maker 4 is definitely faster, probably twice as fast as the Maker 3.
Okay, Felicia, now you have some time to test the Cricut Maker 3, the Cricut Maker 4. What did you find out?
Well, the pros about this comparison is that the Maker 4 comes in a new color, if that's your thing.
Mm-hmm.
And in doing a test, like I showed in the video, the Maker 4 is definitely faster than the Maker 3 when you're doing matless.
Smart
vinyl.
How much faster?
A little bit faster.
Not twice as fast.
Not twice as fast until you put the material on the mat. And then, yes, I believe it is twice as fast.
Okay. I did see the head move around a lot faster in the Cricut Maker 4.
Right.
Even when it's pulling in the mat.
Correct. And those are the only two things I can say about pros of it.
Okay. What about the cons?
The cons. Bluetooth connectivity was a serious problem with the Maker 4.
It's a little flaky.
I didn't have that problem with the Maker 3 in doing these tests today.
So it does connect, but you have to reconnect it every time you use it?
I had to reconnect it every time I used it. When I did try to reconnect it a couple of times, it didn't find it. I had to forget the device, re-add it again. It was really frustrating to the point where I said, forget it. And I used the USB cord.
Hopefully they'll do a firmware update.
I tried doing a firmware update to see if there was anything there in there.
I hope Cricut comes out.
I do. I hope so too. But I did check for that as well.
Okay.
All right. And honestly, there really are no significant upgrades between the two machines.
Just the speed. That's it.
Really just the speed.
Same tools, same power.
Same exact tools, same power. Wow. So if somebody were to come up to me and say, would you upgrade from a 3 to a 4, I'd say no, I wouldn't. Right. It's not worth it to me to do that. Now, if you're new to Cricut and you're thinking about getting a machine, yeah, I would go with the 4 in that instance.
Right.
But that's kind of how I feel about it.
Well, you did your due diligence. You checked it out. Thank you for doing it.
Hey, no problem.
Remember, Felicia was so unimpressed by the Cricut Maker 4 that she's going to give it to somebody watching our YouTube channel. So subscribe so you know when we make that announcement. I'm going to come up with something a little different, something we don't usually do on this channel. So you don't have to subscribe to win, but you should subscribe so you know when we announce that, so you'll have a chance to win the Cricut Maker. For this one right here, will you autograph it?
If you would like me to, I can.
Actually, you could Cricut something on it, make it personal, yeah.
I could,
so yeah, we're going to mail this to you. It's only in the 48, actually, could we do 50 states? Probably the 48 continental U.S. states.
Right.
Sorry, our friends in Europe and other places in the world, we can't mail it. It's too expensive to do that, but we'll ship this in the lower 48.
Right.
We'll let you know, so subscribe so you know when we're going to do that.
And probably within the week, we will be packing up this whole craft room that I have.
What? You're moving again?
And we're moving north where it's a little cooler, and we'll have a whole new craft room set up, so stick around for that as well.
She said 3.0, so yeah, you'll see what's involved in packing up an entire craft room like this, which is, the logistics are insane.
It's a lot.
And then you're going to build your new craft room, your She Shed 3.0.
That's right.
In Alabama.
Woohoo!
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw!
Yeah. So that'll be fun. She won't have fainting goats. We tried that, but our HOA says no split-hooved animals. And it actually says that.
So sad.
We were going to do that.
I really wanted the goats.
But we're going to do it. And She Shed 4 will have that, and that'll be in less than 2 years.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, and happy crafting.
Happy crafting.